Present Television. We are everywhere.
Dele Alake, Special Advisor on Media to the APC Presidential Campaign Council, in a reaction to the protests by Dino Melaye, has called on security agencies to arrest and prosecute the trio of Dele Momodu, Dino Melaye, and Pastor Paul Enenche of the Dunamis International Gospel Center over an alleged incitement of violence.
Now, those who are bellyaching all around, issuing threats that if they do not win, there will be fire and brimstone and all that. I ask you, how many of them were in the barricades fighting for this democracy? They were not there. So they do not appreciate democracy. They do not understand the dynamics and nuances and the convention of democracy. So they have no stake in this democracy. That's why they can say there will be fire and brimstone. In fact, some obedience have been calling for the return of the military if they are not declared the winner of this election. And that is very, very sad. That will show you that these are not Democrats. And I repeat, because they never took part in the democratic struggle, they never acted in deepening and sustaining this democracy, it is easy for them to want to scuttle it. But those of us who were part and parcel of the democratic struggle, we knew what we went through. Our principal went through the crucibles, harassment, oppression, suppression, and the whole works to get this democracy in place. So we are prepared to nurture it. And the result in Lagos is also an eloquent testimony to the fairness of this process. If anything, any lesson is to be drawn from the Lagos result today, it is that when Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is eventually declared by the umpire INEC as the legitimately elected president of this country, nobody should complain about the process, because the process has been demonstrably fair and just, as exemplified by the result in Lagos, which we are not even contesting now.
Director of New Media, Femi Fani-Kayode, called on security agencies to call to order members of the opposition parties making comments capable of inciting violent unrests in the country.
Done. And I'm so sorry to have to say this, because this is a man that I had immense respect for, being a Christian myself. But for him to get up and insult and threaten and say that the whole country to be turned upside down because his candidate, Peter Obi, is not going to win the election, and heavens must fall. And he has taken the cue of so many other Christian pastors, particularly Pentecostals like myself, who have chosen to tread this very dangerous path. Because when the violence starts, they will run away. We'll be left here to face it. And violence never goes just one way. And that's why we need to be extremely careful. When people like Dino speak the way they do, and others threaten, violence, incite everybody, speak with so much hate, of course the DSS has to invite them. They must be up to their duties. And they have to caution them. Because if they don't, a situation may well arise that none of us want, whereby people actually act on this incitement and begin to kill other people. And if that happens, I assure you, it will be very difficult to restrain those on our own side not to retaliate. We do not want this. We want peace in our country. We want a credible election, and we want us all to come together as Nigerians and make this thing work. Because you are losing, and you're seeing your loss right before your very eyes. You cannot make it. You're finished. You're destroyed forever. Particularly PDP, you are now crying like a baby. Take it like a man. Take your loss like a man, and stop behaving like a child. Thank you.
Present Television. We are everywhere.